Now that you have activated your account, you can get on with completing your applications. But before we do so, I want to show you the college's accessibility tool called Recite Me. To open Recite Me, you simply click the accessibility tool circle in the bottom right hand corner, and this opens up the tab along the top. The college accessibility tool Recite Me allows you to have text read aloud, to minimise or maximise text to suit your preferences, to change the colour theme, but it also allows you to change the language preference. So for example, if I click the flags, and for the purposes of this I'm going to change it to Azerbaijani. As you can see, the text has now been changed to suit. I'm going to change it back to the default, and you can see it's been changed back to the default settings. Please select whichever language you like to help you complete your application. To close Recite Me down, simply click Close and OK. Now we can get on with the application. As you can see, we have tabs along the top here. For the purposes of this, I'm going to start a childcare application. So I'm going to select the childcare tab, and I'm going to hit Apply Now. As you can see, a lot of the details are brought over for you. Please just read these and to make sure that they are all correct and you are happy with them. Once you are, you can move to the next section. You're faced with other personal details. Please just fill this in as appropriate. Once you're happy, click Save and move to the next section. For assessment details, depending on what you select, will then depend on what other questions you're asked. So for example, if I click Yes here, I am provided with additional questions. If I click No, I'm not always provided with those. So please complete as appropriate. Once I'm happy, I can select Save and Next section. The details of where you live questions are similar. If I click Yes, I can move on. If I click No, I'm presented with other questions. Please complete this as appropriate to you. Similar to the residency check question. Once you're happy, click Save and Next section. The next section is about your dependent children. This is where you would add in your children's details. So for example, I'm going to put in test 1, 2, 3 and make up a date of birth. You would also select the childcare provider that you are going to use. If you want to add another child, you would select Add Another Child, or if you only have one and you're happy, you can click Save Changes. Make sure you're happy with that, and you can move on to the next section. The next section is asking you if you want to pop down any additional information there. If not, please move on to the declaration section. Please read the terms and conditions that you're declaring to. Once you're happy that you've read them and understood them, please tick the box and click Save. This allows you to move to the last section. The final section now asks you to add a number of documents as evidence. The first question is about the identity of the applicant. Depending on if you're using a desktop PC or a laptop or a mobile phone, this bit may differ slightly. You're required to upload evidence to prove the identity of yourself. That would be the birth or adoption certificate, a valid passport, a valid driving licence, a national identity card, biometric residence permit, both sides. So if I wanted to upload evidence, I would click Upload Evidence. I would click Browse. I would find the document that I wanted to upload, and I would select Upload Selected Evidence. As you can see, that has now uploaded the evidence and it is to be verified by the support funding team. Similarly, I would move on to the next bit. It's asking me for evidence of income or benefits. It's looking for recent payslips or any additional benefit award letters. Again, I would upload the evidence required for this section. For the purposes of this, I'm just uploading a test document. The third one is about your dependent children. So it would either be their birth certificates or proof of them on your tax credit award notice. Again, you would upload the evidence that's required. And you can move on to the next section. If, for example, you didn't have a piece of evidence, what you can select is that you're unable to upload the evidence at this time. This will allow you to get to the end of the application and submit it. However, please be aware that you will have to upload this at some point to allow the application to ever be fully assessed. But for the purposes of this example, I'm going to show you that I'm unable to upload, unable to provide evidence, and that allows me to have the box ticked and move on. I'll show you that one more time. So course timetable, I might not have it at the minute. So I've got unable to upload evidence, unable to provide, and that allows me to move on. So the last one, I would need to upload my tax credit award notice. You need to make sure that it's all pages and they're all clear screenshots or printouts of the universal credit monthly payments. So I would upload the evidence, browse, find the tax credit award notice that I'd saved earlier, upload that evidence, and I've now uploaded. So I'm happy. I can save and go to the next section. At this time it would tell you if there were any errors or that you had to go back and fix. As you can see here, there are no error messages for me. My application is complete and can now be submitted. To submit my application, I would simply go to Submit Application. So my application is now submitted. As you can see, you get a thank you message on the screen, and it also explains that due to high volume of applications, you may be waiting up to 6 weeks. And it also says that you've agreed to provide further evidence for the following items, and notes those two that I mentioned I didn't have evidence for this. You would then be able to log back into your application at a later date and upload the evidence for these when you have them. I'm okay. Save that, and that application submitted.